What else do they need to know or to do to be successful, or to even consider going into commercial spec work?
Well, and once, if you've got all those things in your toolbox already, you know how to read the plans, you know your business, and you've done your takeoff, and you've covered all that stuff. Now, actually, the most critical part after this is how do you actually bid the project? You just send it off to them in an email. Here's my price, because that's a very dangerous way to bid a commercial project. Typically you're going to have to bid you have to bid it as per plans and specs, or plans and specs with qualifications, or is it an alternate price? On your quote, do you actually capture your terms and conditions? Really important. Have you captured your reentry times that are qualified? So there's a lot of different things that you need to make sure that you've covered, other than just the price. Because with all those other, essentially that quote it's a legal document. That's the thing that's going to bind you to the general conditions and the contract of that commercial project. So, how you actually bid it in writing is very, very critical. After that is again, did you get the full list of qualified general contractors on a project, or are you just bidding to one guy? If you're just bidding to one guy, that's, you've gone through a lot of time and effort to do the takeoff and to put the pricing together. And if you've got 5 qualified general contractors, you want to make sure that you hit every single one of them, because that increases your chances 5-fold as opposed to just getting it to the one guy that you know. And part of that is, do you have relationships with any of those GCs? Because, those are really, really important. You can leverage those relationships. They can help you through the bidding process. They can, it's really, really important to leverage those relationships that you already have in order to get good feedback. You can pose questions if you've got questions that you don't understand, or there's contradictions on between the plans and the specifications. You go back to your general contractor. You get those cleared up before they get bid. So there's all those things are really, really important. Again, it's just not, I need to bid 8,000 board feet of closed cell.
Yeah, and put a price on it. Yeah,
there's more involved.
There's a lot more details that they got to make sure that they're covered on all those and have a good understanding of them. Otherwise, it can really get them in trouble, or potentially get them in trouble. What else? Is there any other key things that they should be thinking about, or talking about, or knowing, or doing?
Well, those are really the most important things. One of the other valuable things is that you can use in the actual quoting stage is oftentimes you're going to be required to provide a list of previous projects that you've worked on, that you've installed the same product on. So having that project list ready as well is important, that you can be able to say, yes, I've done these 3 projects in this geographical area. Here are the architects, here are the general contractors, here's the project, here's the approximate size, here are the general contractors. So having that case study or project list of completed projects can be quite valuable as well, because it does show credibility and it shows what your track record is.
I imagine I imagine that becomes more important for some of the contractors that are new to commercial spec, and they don't have 20-year history of doing commercial work. And it's like, you document every single project you do and make sure that you've got good information, because 2 years down the road, if a similar project comes up and you didn't do the work right after the project was done, sometimes it's hard to go back. Do we have any photos from that job 2 years ago? I think there was something on my iPhone, but my iPhone got lost or damaged. I lost the photos. It's like, just put them together right when you get the project done, and make some of the highlights of how many square feet, what some of the challenges were in the project that you had to overcome, some of the depths. I mean, just the typical stuff you'd see in any case study, and you can make just a quick little summary and save the photos, save that document somewhere so you have easy access to it in the future. Highly recommend that.
Absolutely. And they're also quite valuable. Part of the other side of the bidding process is, oftentimes you'll be putting in a bid with basically it's an or equal or comparable or a product substitution as part of the bid. And those references are very, very valuable. 9 times out of 10, you actually have to provide those if you're bidding with a substitute product or a comparable product. So, that's a whole other thing is substitutions and the requirements for that. And those are the things that, that's where I become a key player in working with the contractor and helping them, assisting them putting those packages together or doing it on their behalf. So, there's a whole session on that one just alone.